Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for another gameplay video of my Hercule World Martial Arts Tournament Leader deck versus the Surge Broly deck piloted by my boy Mike right here. If you want to see his deck profile, as soon as he gets it where he wants it to be at, we're going to get that on the channel for you. Basically, this is to show you how there's a big difference between how Hercule can behave when going from an aggro deck like the Bibbidi deck before to a more difficult matchup, being one where decks have large bomby creatures that have very strong effects. In the past, Hercule had issues with Gogeta 7, and even though that card is gone right now, there's definitely other cards in the game that are just as or even more powerful than it, and you'll see it here in Mike's deck. So if you like everything that you're seeing right here, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. You can leave a like, comment, or subscribe on the channel so you know when I upload videos, and keep up to date with the happenings of the channel. So there's honestly not going to be a whole lot going on for the first few turns of this, and then it's just going to blow up. So I'm just going to try to fill you in on my thought process in these drier areas. So I charge, my tap green and my tap dual color energy. I draw. I believe I charge another tap dual color energy. Yep, there I go right there. And the whole thing is I want to attack, or at least play a card as a threat and attack into him. But part of me doesn't want to give him additional cards, so he passes it back to me again. I believe I just charge energy and then pass it to him. So we're both playing a very passive game where we don't really want to give each other this card advantage. I'm actually regretting that. I should have played down the earlier threat, like at least on that turn 2. But the other part of it is that I did not want him just wiping my threat off the table with a Broly play or something like that. So here I am charging to looks like 5 and passing the turn. Right now he charges to 5, and I think he's gonna pass and then get upset about the lack of interaction between the two of us. I'm sitting here, yep, there he is, there's the anger. So then I charge to 6, pass it back to him. He decides not to charge the 6, which is strange to me. He combos into the Goten to send the Dormant Legend. So Broly is at 20 right now. And then he's going to draw a card off of that. Yeah, he's drawing a card off the Broly because he had more than 5 cards with the Goten. And then he goes into the ultimate. At that point, I take the 2, and then the Broly attack resolves, and I go down to 5. So it comes back to me. I know I have to do something about that ultimate because the ultimate basically blanks my entire game plan. So I had to decide how I wanted to remove it. I was going to hard cast Chain Attack Trunks, but I realized that was kind of foolish. So because I want to get as many cards as possible, so I go with intensifying Power Trunks to swing for 15k in crit. He at this point combos the Nappa, and then the Nappa comes into play. And then I pay the 2 red to evolve the Chain Attack into Zeno. This allows us to reset our hands back to 5, but now I'm going to go pretty far ahead in card advantage as I go from what seems to be 5 cards in hand to I believe 11 cards in hand. And right now we're both laughing about how there's really not much going on here. But I think he was doing all that just to lull me into a false sense of security, because things get very ugly in the next 2 turns. So at this point, I'm going to swing with Hercule. I believe I use an Unbreakable. Yep. So Unbreakable, draw a card to Unbreakable, draw a card to the Hercule. So that puts me to 6. Draw 3. So that puts me to 9. Then activate Hercule's effect. That puts me to 10. Yeah, so I'm at 10 cards. Yeah, I'm at 10 cards. And I'm passing it back to Mike. Mike takes that hit. And I realized that Mike is just trying to, take whatever hits he could. So I didn't want to give him any more cards. I pass it back to him. He charges. He swings with Broly. And I believe he goes with a Nappa because, why not? He draws a card. And then he goes into the 6-drop Broly to minus and kill off the Zeno. So now I have a 30k on the table. That's kind of annoying to deal with. I go with a Jocko, but I let him know that the Jocko auto still resolves. Then I play a Beerus, untap an energy, and go into a cooler to minus 10 to Broly, and to make him mill a card. But he goes into Denial of Hope. That makes me have to play another cooler, which I didn't want to do. It makes him mill a card. And you can see right here, I forget to draw. It's not mandatory. It is a activate battle, so you could choose whether or not you draw that card when there's a card in the combo area. So if you forget, you just forget. Go up to, let's see, I'm at 7 already, so I don't think I feel a need to go up any more cards. So swing 20k, double strike to his leader. He takes that. I swing at his leader again. The summon, draw a card. And this deck is the Hercule deck is capable of being a hammer, but it's very hard for it to hammer when there's no real interaction. And that Broly right there is keeping me from doing my strategy. So there's actually a world in which there's a red-green version of Hercule that would do a very similar thing as what's going on with this Broly. But you don't have as great of defensive tools as Broly does, where Broly gets a Surge Awakened and pop just about 90% of the cards in the game. So this is where I catch the biggest of L's. He's going to charge to 7 and hard cast like a champ, Kaioken Son Goku. This card right here is absurd. So he takes a life, he gets to look at my hand, and he gets to choose a card and get rid of it. So he's going to choose Roshi. Then he gets to take another life, do it again, because this is not once per turn. Take another life, do it again. Take another life, put himself down to 1, do it again. And each time he's taking a life, he's getting 25,000 attack. So right now, his Kaioken Son Goku is 125,000 triple strike dual attack. And it also cannot be KO'd on attack. He Surge Awakens with Broly to untap his energy and do what he has to do. And he's swinging for the 125,000. He's going up to 135. He's thinking. I believe he goes up to like 145. And again, speaking of the Nappas, this gets pretty stupid because he gets to play these guys out on the table and then do this all over again on the following attack. That's why I tell people Nappa is such a savage card. So I negate this time. I'm happy because I got it off the life. And I get this Videl. This Videl should have been a Pan or a Baba. It would have been way better because then would have gave my leader a plus 5k boost. And when you look at how the numbers added up, it ended up being a case where he gets up to 50 and I get up to 50 with the sequence of how the combos work. If I had a Videl or a Pan or a Baba, I would have been up at 55. I would have lived through that, but I don't think it would have mattered anyway because he ends up playing this Broly right here, and this Broly is another 20k, I would not have been able to get out of that, and I would not have been able to get out the leader swing and the leader effect. So either way, I was losing this matchup. But yeah, this is just to show you that there's just a whole lot of different ways in which games can turn based upon what the matchup is and how your deck interacts with it. And in this case, Hercule, as great as it is against aggro, it is less great against more non-interactive control decks. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this gameplay video. I do not always win, so I just want to put that out there as well. And if you like, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and check out another video on this channel. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out other videos on this channel, and follow me on Instagram at the name below in the description. This is VG Time, signing out.